Have you noticed how relationships are getting more and more confusing? Women complain, men pull away, dates turn into negotiations, and every disagreement becomes a battle. In this video, you'll see real stories that show why dating today feels like complete chaos.
So I feel like the whole meeting somebody in a grocery store thing has been romanticized because I don't know how much it's actually happened to people, but it's happened to me, and now I'm just like, why? Like, I'm just there getting lettuce. Like, it's lettuce, dude. I don't know what you're gonna do. Like, he's like, what kind of lettuce is the best? I don't know, man. Like, what kind of salad are you making? Are you putting it on a sandwich? Just get the damn lettuce. Like, what are you asking me for? Like, maybe ask if, like, this is the right pineapple or watermelon, but chances are, I don't fucking know either. I'm gonna ask the produce man. I don't know. It's just weird. Hinge is weird too, so I'm gonna be single forever, I guess.
So I don't know if anybody else is struggling with this, but on every date that I've been on recently, I find out that these guys are extreme conservative MAGA guys. And that might not be posted on their apps or their prompts, or you might not know that going in. And then I find out, and it's a big problem for me because I've been having these guys tell me that they have a lack or inability to have empathy for masses that don't directly affect them. I had a guy tell me last night that he doesn't care about people personally that are not in his life, and it doesn't affect him. Like, if it doesn't affect him, then he doesn't care about it. And that really bothered me because I've had a lot of guys these days like tell me that they don't feel empathy for people of different socioeconomic statuses or going through different problems. And I think this was really heavily related to the ICE raids and lack of empathy for people losing their families and losing their lives over these things. So as a progressive person, but also as a person who really tries to care about other people in her community, I find it a huge struggle these days to date amongst the rise of Trumpism and conservatism in young men.
Here we see another modern problem, turning relationships into ideological battles. When someone chooses a partner based primarily on politics, the relationship already starts divided. Relationships have always been about character, values, respect, and a shared vision for life, not about voting for one side or the other. Today, many people filter potential partners like they're choosing a sports team. That makes things harder because people stop seeing the individual and start seeing only a political label. And when that happens, building a real connection becomes almost impossible.
At the end of the day, the only person you truly have is yourself. And not gonna lie, it gets kind of lonely sometimes. The older you get, all of your friends get into relationships, start having families, start doing their own thing. Same with your siblings. And your parents have their own lives. And I am someone newly single, has been a couple months. But what really hits me is you have no one to share the little things with. Because usually in high school, you would share it with your best friends. As you get older, you find a partner, you would share it with your partner. But now, when you're single, it's who do you share it with? I'm not going to go call my friends. They're all busy with their own lives. Your parents don't understand it completely because they're a whole different generation. And then you don't have a partner to share it with. And it's I feel like no one actually cares. And I have learned that the only person you have is yourself. So you can only rely on yourself. Sorry if it's hard.
I find it curious that women get so upset about the biological fact that most men prefer women in their younger years, mainly due to fertility, low body count, and just general attraction. When I knew countless women at the age of 19, 20 who dated 30, 35 plus men while they were young, and then all of a sudden they get to be 30, 35, and now all of a sudden they disagree with it, saying it's creepy. I find that it's more just an insecurity factor and the fact that they are no longer that young and now they see those women as competition, which is sad because in reality, most of my videos are really to teach younger women to choose better in their 20s. If you are in your 30s and still single, that is no reason to hate on the younger generation or hate on the men that prefer them and by calling them creepy or even words that I'm not even going to use here. Innately, I have always known this. My husband is 7+ years older than me, and I did that for a reason. And he did that for a reason. At the age of 37 when we met, he knew he wanted a family. He's not going to go find another 37-year-old hoping by the grace of God or with fertility treatments that they could have a baby. I'm not hating on women. We just need to understand both sides. Men have every right to choose their preferences just as women do. For example, nobody wants to date a short, broke man.
This statement touches on a truth many people avoid admitting. Men and women often have different preferences when it comes to relationships and family. The problem today is that society tries to pretend biology doesn't exist. When people are young, many decisions are made without thinking about the future. But time passes and consequences eventually appear. Instead of accepting reality and learning from it, many people prefer to attack those who think differently. This creates resentment and competition between women instead of maturity and understanding.
Watch how crazy perspective is. So, I'm 30 years old. I'm single. I live at home. I just spent the last year running around trying to figure out stuff, and I'm back at home. My job is hard. All my friends are getting married and engaged, and I'm not. Life just every day feels the same somehow, sometimes. And sometimes I'm like, what the heck am I doing? Or I am 30 years old, you guys, and I live at home because I just spent the last year traveling around and doing whatever I wanted, meeting so many people, having so much flexibility, and now I get to live at home and try and save to buy my own place and spend this quality time with my family that I'll never have again. And I haven't met my person yet, which is so cool because I still get to fall in love for the first time with someone new, and I will just love this person and they'll be so great for me because I've just chose not to settle, and that's so exciting. And my job is hard, but it's rewarding, and I'm so lucky to have a remote job that's flexible and work with amazing people, and I believe in what we're doing. And I get to go to beautiful walks every day because I have a healthy body, and I have an amazing community where I live that I'm working really hard to build, and that's pretty cool, don't you think? Love you guys, bye.
Dating in Atlanta is really a trip. It's easy to meet single people here all the time, but let me tell y'all a story. I met someone on New Year, and they asked for my number and asked me on a date. We went to the Midnight Room, which I had never been there before, and it was really, really nice. The ambiance was cool, the drinks were really good and strong, and the food was absolutely delicious. So we're vibing, we're having a good time, and he's like, third spot is in walking distance, so we should go there. And for anybody who doesn't know what third spot is or doesn't live in Atlanta, it's basically a place that has games, drinks, activities, things for you to do. He gets the bill, and he doesn't ask me for anything, but he gets the bill and he's like, yo, so I'm not really sure about third spot. This is a little more than what I wanted, and it's the first date. Mind you, I'm not mad. He's correct. It's the first date. I'm really still trying to catch the vibe and see if we're hitting it off or not, and see if we're gonna do a second date or not. Mind you, it's freezing, and I really don't want to walk over there. So he was glad I was cool about it. We move on. Fast forward to the next day. The next day, he texted me about a second date, and he also told me what he wanted me to wear, which he also told me what he wanted me to wear on the previous date as well. I didn't mention that. And in a way, it's kind of cute because the first time we met on New Year's, I was in all white. So then he was like, I want to see you in all black. So this time, he's like, I want us to do a date where we chill and we hang together and we cook some dinner. And I want you to wear some dress down clothes because I've been seeing you dressed up. I'm hanging on to the words. I'm trying to see where it's headed. And then he says, and yeah, one more thing that I want you to do. I also want you to bring a bag with some lingerie and some other stuff. He had already lost me at doing labor for a dinner date. But I mean, it was sounding cute because he was like, I want us to chill and laugh in the store and make the food together and have a good time. So I was trying to be a good sport. But at this point, I'm like, hell no. So, I expressed myself. He insists at that point that he's going to make sure it's a good time for me. At this point, I do what every woman dating over 30 in Atlanta does, and I request money because if you're that bold to ask for what you want, then I'm bold enough to ask for what I want. He says we're not on the same page. I say exactly, we move on. Why has he texted me every day since then? He sent a candle emoji. I didn't know there was a candle emoji. He sent a candle emoji talking about just in case. Is he leaving the light on, babe? Blow it out. Extinguish that.
This story shows how confusing modern dating has become. The man tried to move things way too fast, already suggesting intimacy and a sexual tone by the second date, which shows a lack of character and patience. But there's also a modern transaction mindset in relationships, where everything becomes an exchange. If you ask for this, I'll ask for money. In the past, dates were meant to slowly get to know someone, build respect, and create trust. Today, many people want to skip the process. And when that happens, the relationship starts with no real foundation.
Dating story time. I can't say this enough that do not go on a date with someone if you're not actually looking to get to know them. I do not understand why guys go on these dates and then they expect the girl to interview them. They want the girl to do all the talking, ask all the questions. They have no curiosity. It seems like they don't even want to get to know me. I'm like, why are we even here? I have zero interest in interviewing you for the job as my boyfriend. I want to get to know you to see, like, do we vibe? Like, do we have shit in common? Are you a cool dude? I don't want to drill you with questions and make it seem like you're my coworker that I'm trying to get to know. Like, that's not fun. Guys, stop doing this shit. Actually be interested in getting to know someone. If you can't figure out one question to ask a girl on a first date, what are you even doing? Why are you even on a date? Mind-boggling. Please. Help us single ladies out there. Take the mic from time to time. Please. And thank you.
I immediately have no respect for somebody's relationship if I find out that it's an on and off relationship. I feel bad saying this because it seems like apathetic, but I've seen on and off relationships several times up close because my friends have been in them before. I've never been in one myself. I guess this is like a grain of salt situation. Like, I've never been in this situation personally, but also it's a decision that you make. I've chose to never be around someone that would put me in that situation, and I've never put somebody else in that situation either. The thing about breaking up is if you genuinely believe in your heart that you are never going to get back together with this person, that's not on and off. On and off is when you are breaking up with someone or someone is breaking up with you and you know you're going to get back together eventually. Like, hang on. There is only ever two circumstances why you would break up with someone and you know you're going to get back together with them. The first is because you're desperate for attention and it's a plea for just any kind of attention whatsoever from the other person. And that's typically in a situation where care and attention is being withheld from you. So, like, that sucks. Like, the grounds to set you up to break up with someone for attention, that sucks. But being desperate in itself also sucks. And the second situation is to punish somebody and be manipulative. Like, oh, I don't like that you don't have your location on, so I'm going to break up with you. If one of my friends broke up with their partner and genuinely thought that they were not going to get back together, that would not be an on and off situation if they were to get back together. But if you are either doing the on and off yourself or settling for someone who's on and off with you in 2025, please get up and go find an adult relationship somewhere else. Or better yet, find a relationship with yourself where you can establish morals and standards as to not accept behavior and treatment like that. Please, like, it's not that hard, I promise. I would like to enter into evidence my anecdotal experience from dating my boyfriend for over 3 years now. I started dating him when I was 16 and I'm 20 years old now. So we've been together for a really long time. We did long distance for a year. He's seen me at my worst and my best, vice versa. Like, I watched him literally heal from a very intense surgery in December, and like, every single day I feel like I get closer to him, and that doesn't come without fights. We have had so many arguments. Like, both of us have done just like really stupid stuff. And breaking up has never once been on the table. That's never been the solution. Like, I don't understand how you can genuinely claim to care about somebody and be like, oh, I guess you don't want to be with me because you didn't hang out with me on boys' night. Like, you chose to hang out with your friends over me, so I guess we should just break up. That's the kind of desperation that, like, reeks. Like, it smells horrible. I'm not trying to be rude, but please, like, I'm so sick of seeing this. No, it is a choice, and that is why I feel like it's completely moral and acceptable for me to call this out, because like people are choosing to do this. You are either the person doing the breaking up, or you are settling for someone that does not care about you. People that do that to you cannot care about you. By the way, guys, there is someone out there that will not be on and off about you. They will be sure about how much they love you. Anyways, I love you, God loves you so much more, and have a blessed day. Bye.
What she says has some truth to it, but it also reveals a common problem today. Many people enter relationships without emotional maturity. Breaking up and getting back together becomes a game of manipulation or desperation for attention. The modern world has normalized relationships without real commitment. So when conflict appears, the quick solution is, let's break up. In the past, people understood that relationships require patience, communication, and responsibility. Today, many want deep love, but with the disposable mindset created by dating apps. And that creates this constant cycle of breaking up and getting back together.